welcome back to Notice This. I'm Kat, and this is the show where I take lien rights and break them down, sometimes even sneak in a bad joke or two. Today we are heading to the desert, Arizona, home of the Grand Canyon, saguaro cacti, and construction projects that just seem to last about as long as summer itself. And while Arizona might be hot, nothing burns quite like missing a lien deadline. So grab your iced coffee, find some shade if you can, and let's break down what subcontractors, suppliers, and general contractors need to know about Arizona lien laws. If you're a subcontractor or material supplier in Arizona, your best friend is the preliminary 20-day notice. And no, it's not a send it if you feel like kind of thing. You've got 20 days from the day you first furnish labor or materials to send it out. That's not 20 business days, not 20 desert sunsets, just 20 actual days. And who needs to get the notice? The property owner always needs to receive a copy, the general contractor, and the construction lender if there is one. Because Arizona law wants everyone in the payment chain to know who's on the job and who expects to get paid. Now, if you miss the 20-day window, don't completely panic. Arizona is a float state, so you're still protected for work done up to 20 days before you send it and everything after. But think of it like sunscreen. Better to apply it early than try to fix a burn later. Also to note, if a construction project of more than one building in a multi-building complex, each building needs to get prelim separately. On to general contractors. If you are the GC, you don't need to send a preliminary 20-day notice for your own lien rights. But before you start celebrating, remember you're still the quarterback of this project. So you need to make sure your subs and suppliers are doing their part. You're also responsible for posting and recording the notice of commencement. That's what starts the official lien timeline. So no, you can't just say, not my problem. Because if a sub doesn't get paid and they file a lien, it will still land right on your project. And nothing will ruin a Friday faster than that phone call from the owner asking, what's this lien on my project? All right, so here is a curveball that Arizona likes to throw and catches a lot of people off guard. In Arizona, if the total contract amount increases by 20% or more, you must send out a new preliminary 20-day notice. That's right, new notice, new paper, same headache. So let's say you start a job for $100,000, and thanks to a few change orders, the project jumps to $125,000. That is a 25% increase, which means legally you need to send out another preliminary notice reflecting the higher amount. So the law just wants transparency about how much work and money are flowing through a project. Just think of it as a courtesy. Hey, I'm doing more work than expected, and I still want to get paid for it. And if you're wondering how they picked 20%, I don't know. I kind of like to think that's the number lawmakers came up with right after they went 20% over budget on their own office remodel. So let's say you did everything right. You sent your notices, tracked your changes, but still didn't get paid. Now it's time to record your lien. So here's the timeline. You must record your lien within 120 days after completion, but I always recommend your last day on the job. If a notice of completion was recorded or termination, you have 60 days. If you miss that deadline, your lien rights evaporate faster than a puddle in Phoenix. So once a lien is recorded, you have 6 months to enforce it, meaning you have to either get paid or file a lawsuit to keep it alive. After that, it's kind of game over. So to wrap it all up, subcontractors, suppliers, send your preliminary 20-day notice within 20 days of first furnishing. If your contract amount increases by 20% or more, send another. If you are working on a multi-building complex and you're working on multiple buildings, you have to send a prelim for each building. General contractors, you don't need to send prelims for yourself, but you do need to record the notice of commencements and just make sure your subs, suppliers, everyone's in check. If you file your lien on time, that is 120 days after completion or your last day on the project, or 60 days if a notice of completion was recorded. So as always, remember, hope is not a strategy. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone in construction who could use a little lien law clarity today. Because at Notice This, I make sure your lien rights stay as strong as your concrete. See you next week.